I don't even know where to start. The names alone stop you in their tracks. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, the richest people alive, jets that make palaces jealous, mansions bigger than neighborhoods, cars rarer than diamonds. This isn't wealth. This is absolute, mind-blowing luxury. Now, let's step into Elon Musk's world.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the greatest Elon Musk!
Oh my goodness. Imagine a garage bigger than some museum, stacked with cars that make collectors weep. Tesla Roadsters, starting around $250,000. McLarens, around $350,000. Rare Porsches, anywhere from $200,000 to over $1 million. And hypercars that push beyond $2 million. Each one worth more than most people earn in a lifetime, and some he even gifts to friends. Oh my God. You won't believe this, but these cars aren't just transportation. They're statements. Proof of a life lived beyond limits. Now, lift your eyes. His private jets soar across continents, flying offices, luxury suites, workspaces for running companies like Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and XAI.
Do you ever consider merging XAI into Tesla? It would be a way, obviously, they could issue shares to you.
A jet like the Gulfstream G650ER, a flying palace worth around $70–80 million, is one such plane that's rumored to be part of his fleet, complete with luxury seating, bedrooms, and private meeting rooms. While most of us are stuck in traffic, Elon is in the sky running rockets.
Oh, baby. Let's go. All right, side. What you got?
Oh my goodness. The man lives in a different world. And the mansions? Unreal. Multi-million-dollar estates across California and Texas, some worth $30 million, $50 million, even $100 million each. Private islands with million-dollar views, interiors so lavish you could get lost for days. Gardens, pools, entertainment wings, each home a palace. Some even rival entire neighborhoods.
House, if I have a main house, is the one in South Texas on Weems Street. I'm petitioning to change the street name to Memes.
You won't believe this. He doesn't just live in luxury. He surrounds himself with it everywhere he goes. Let's rewind a little. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa, a place far from the luxury he now commands. From those beginnings, he rose to become one of the richest people alive. Tesla wasn't just a car company. It was a revolution. Tesla, the electric car giant, reached a company valuation of over $1 trillion. That's more than the combined value of dozens of traditional automakers at their peaks. Oh my God. Tesla changed the electric vehicle game. Roadsters, Model S Plaid, over $130,000. Cybertrucks, starting around $80,000, and electric semi-trucks pushing more than $200,000 per unit. Tesla versus other EVs? There is simply no comparison. Then there's SpaceX and the dream of Mars.
I think pretty good looking rocket factory building that we've almost completed.
Rockets like Starship, with development costs in the tens of billions, launches that make headlines worldwide, and missions planned to go to Mars. Every launch, every Starship, every rocket is proof that Elon doesn't just chase wealth, he chases the impossible. You won't believe this. Some of these rockets land themselves, technology built over billions of dollars in research, just like that. But it's not all business. Elon the man is a father, a husband, a person with a life beyond spreadsheets and rocket launches. His family time blends into this chaotic, luxurious existence. Children.
There are a lot of resource conflicts when you have 5 kids.
Private moments and spaces where he is just Elon, not the world's richest person. Shoes from premium designers, $1,000, $2,000 a pair, watches that can cost $50,000, $100,000, even more, gifts to friends that can be tens of thousands each, all wrapped into a life that screams richest man alive and crazy lifestyle. Oh my God. You can't imagine living like this. Every tweet, every interview, every headline about Elon Musk is studied worldwide. His Twitter takeovers make people stop in their tracks. His quotes inspire, shock, and sometimes confuse. They always show a mind operating in a league of its own. You won't believe this. The man literally lives at the edge of innovation. And now we move to the second name.
Founder, CEO, Jeff Bezos!
Oh my goodness. Imagine a life built from the ground up. From a garage idea to Amazon, the company so massive its market value topped $2 trillion. a value few companies in history have ever reached. Jeff Bezos, the founder, one of the richest people alive, built an empire that changed how the world shops.
My name is Jeff Bezos. I studied electrical engineering and computer science, graduated in 1986.
You won't believe this. His Amazon stake alone is worth more than most countries' entire stock markets. Private jets? Oh my God, Bezos flies in luxury like no other. Jets like the Gulfstream G650ER, around $70 to $80 million, with lounges and comforts most people will never see in a lifetime.
So I think taking an idea successfully all the way to the market and turning.
And the cars? Cars that rival museums. Ferraris 300,000 plus, Lamborghinis 300,000 to 500,000 plus, Bentleys 200,000, 300,000 plus, and rare vintage cars that can cost several $1,000,000. You won't believe this. Some of these cars cost tens of millions when they're the rarest of the rare. Mansions. Hundreds across the globe. Mega estates in Beverly Hills, Washington, D.C., New York. Sprawling gardens and majestic rooms, some worth over $100 million each. Private islands with luxury beyond imagination. And his yacht. Oh my God, the Kourou super yacht, a floating palace worth around $500 million, the ultimate symbol of wealth and influence. You won't believe this. That's $500 million just for one boat. Then there's Blue Origin, rockets, space launches, and private missions into orbit that capture the world's attention. Jeff Bezos doesn't just live in luxury, he makes history while doing it.
Stated that it's possible. We now know without any doubt that you can build a reusable rocket booster. And
investments in tech, space, media, every detail curated for maximum impact. You won't believe this. He's not just rich, he's an empire in human form. Family and personal life balance the extreme wealth. Rare glimpses show a man building not just wealth, but a legacy. Every purchase, every launch, every news headline shows a life lived without limits, a life that challenges imagination. Oh my goodness. And this is just a glimpse. Together, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos define what it means to live beyond imagination. Cars rarer than diamonds, jets that dwarf palaces, mansions bigger than neighborhoods, rockets and space missions that reshape humanity. You won't believe this. They are the ultimate display of wealth, power, and influence, and they continue to shock the world at every turn. Because when you really study men like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, you realize something deeper. This level of wealth is not accidental. It is engineered. Jeff Bezos, the quiet architect. Oh my goodness, let's slow this down and really understand it. Jeff Bezos was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and raised in Houston, Texas, long before private jets. Long before billion-dollar boardrooms, long before becoming one of the richest people alive. You won't believe this. As a teenager, he worked at McDonald's. He showed an early obsession with how systems worked, not just money. Systems, structure, process. He studied electrical engineering and computer science at Princeton. Not average ambition, precision ambition, and then came the garage. In 1994, he started Amazon from a garage in Seattle, selling books online. Just books. People laughed.
How? I'm saying, how? Like, talk to me, bro.
Online bookstore?
Come on.
What?
I mean, you can afford a better desk than that.
Oh my goodness. But Bezos wasn't building a bookstore. He was building infrastructure. Today, Amazon has crossed $2 trillion in market value at its peak. Warehouses operating like military systems, robots moving inventory with precision, algorithms predicting what you'll buy before you even search for it.
What is it that you're doing at Amazon?
AI.
AI.
There are a few things, but it's 95% AI.
That is not hype. That is control of logistics at planetary scale. And that's real power, not noise, not trend. Infrastructure. Now step into his billionaire lifestyle, but understand this clearly. The lifestyle is a result, not the mission. Private jet, a Gulfstream G650ER, estimated $75 to $80 million. Mansions, Beverly Hills properties worth over $165 million combined. Washington, D.C. estate worth tens of millions. New York penthouses with skyline views most people only see in movies. And then, Kourou, a sailing superyacht worth roughly $500 million. Support vessel included. Annual upkeep in the tens of millions. Oh, my goodness. $500 million floating on water. But here's what most people miss. Those are trophies. The real game is leverage. When Bezos bought the Washington Post for about $250 million, it wasn't random. Influence, information, positioning.
Well, I didn't seek to buy the Washington Post. I've known Don Graham for many years. Earlier this year, Don threw an intermediate.
And then there's Blue Origin. Billions invested into private space travel. Rockets designed for reusable missions. Seats to space costing tens of millions per passenger. You won't believe this. He is funding childhood dreams of space exploration using the profits of online shopping. That's long-term thinking. Calm, strategic, methodical. Bezos doesn't move fast emotionally. He moves deliberately. He stepped down as Amazon's CEO not because he was finished, but because empires evolve. Leadership evolves. He positioned himself to focus on space, media, investments, and long-term dominance. And yes, he has children. He keeps family life mostly private. That discipline is intentional. Protect what matters. Scale what creates value. He didn't become the richest man by accident. He became the richest by obsessing over scale. Most people think about profit. Bezos thought about platform, and that changed the world.
Tons of stories from the early days. We started the company in my house.
Then there's Elon. While Bezos perfected digital dominance, Elon Musk pushed physical reality. Electric cars that forced the entire global auto industry to change direction. Tesla, once valued above $1 trillion at its peak. You won't believe this. Before Tesla, electric vehicles were niche. After Tesla, every major automaker pivoted. That is influence. Then there's SpaceX, reusable rockets, launch systems that dramatically reduced space costs, valuations reaching into the hundreds of billions, rockets landing themselves. Oh my goodness. Governments struggled to do that efficiently. A private company made it routine. Satellites orbiting the Earth, reshaping internet infrastructure globally. AI ventures pushing new frontiers. Acquisitions that reshape digital conversation. Aggressive, relentless, intense. Two different personalities. One calm, strategic, methodical. One bold, aggressive, disruptive. But both share one dangerous trait. They think in decades. Most people think about Friday. They think about 2045. That's the difference. The real game, Amazon crossing $2 trillion at its peak, Tesla crossing $1 trillion, space companies valued in the hundreds of billions. Those numbers are not just wealth, they are gravitational force. When companies of that size move, suppliers move, markets move, governments pay attention. That's a different level of existence. And yet, both men started small, a garage, a computer, an idea that sounded crazy. And this is where it becomes interesting for you watching this. Because the world doesn't reward comfort, it rewards scale. Bezos scaled logistics. Musk scaled technology. So the real question isn't how rich are they? The real question is, what are you building that can scale beyond you? Because wealth at that level is not about salary. It's about ownership. Ownership of systems, ownership of platforms, ownership of the future direction of industries. That's why when they speak, headlines form. When they launch, cameras roll. When they invest, industries react. They continue to shock the world, not because they are loud, but because they are positioned. And maybe, just maybe, the next empire won't look like Amazon. It won't look like Tesla. It might look completely different. New technology, new energy, new infrastructure. History doesn't stop. It replaces.
And never quit. Ever. No matter what happens to this duck right here, I don't bend, I don't fold, I stand!
Next trillion-dollar idea already exists. The question is, who sees it first? And more importantly, who has the courage to build it when nobody believes it? If luxury inspires you, if scale excites you, if power fascinates you, stay close, because this is not just about billionaires. It's about the psychology behind empire builders. And the next story, oh my goodness, it won't just shock you. It will challenge how you think about money, power, and the future itself.